Hey everyone, it's Kristen Hill here, coming from my backyard, sitting under the most beautiful tree. It's my favorite tree in the yard, even though my cherry tree right now is full of beautiful cherries. I love it too. I posted today that I wanted to do a live video about limiting beliefs and how they impact and present in your life and in your business. So if you're jumping on, just take a deep breath. Hey Renee, thanks for joining us. I'm so excited to be sharing with you guys tonight about limiting beliefs and how they present in your life. And it's been something I've been thinking about a lot lately, because we're in a time right now where things are shifting so quickly. And you might have noticed that things are coming up. Maybe you're getting sick or something happened in your life at a specific time that was unexpected, but it was exactly the time that needed to happen for you to shift and learn something. And that's what's happening right now, is that things are moving so quickly. God is taking care of it, and we can set intentions for healing and changing, but he's like, I'm on it. It's going to happen anyway. Like, if you just keep listening to your intuition, doing the things you know to do, you're going to change and see massive things change around you, especially if you're letting go and handing it over to God. Things are moving and shifting in your life. So I've been thinking about limiting beliefs because yes, lots of shifts going on, Renee. Because when I posted today that I had a baby, I was on the road, we sold a house, I took some time off business, I've been working a little bit, but not too much, and that time away, spending with family, being on the road, has just made me realize that in the past, when I ran my business, I had things that I thought were the truth, or like circumstances or things that I thought about, and I would ask, should I do that? That was the question. And looking back on that, every one of those should I's was a limiting belief coming from the root of fear. So God in you, God in me, there's God within all of us, knows the answers. We have our intuition, we can trust. We always have the next step being presented to us if we're listening, if we're open to it. The next step is always being presented to us. God in us always knows. So if you always have God within you showing you the next step, there's no reason to ask, should I or shouldn't I? If you have a good idea, trust it. Follow that intuition. Move forward with faith. And so I was thinking today about all those things, should I, shouldn't I? Those are all limiting beliefs. I want you to think about the limiting beliefs you have in your life right now. Take a deep breath and just think, are there things in your life where you think it could never be? I should do that. It has to be that way. I can't do that for whatever reason. Or it hasn't happened yet, so it won't. Or I have, like, anything that's like a should or a have to is a really good way to catch. That's actually a limiting belief. And if you think that your limiting beliefs are just the truth, that's why these things are coming up for us to shift and change, because every false belief that we have has to be released so that we realize that we are the creators of our lives, that we realize we create anything. We are the manifestors. We ask for things, we vision it, and it happens. And it's actually just that, like, emotion in your body, that fear that comes up, or that belief that is between you and that thing that you want. Yeah, wondering, is it the right timing? And I think that sometimes that's part of it, is there is a right timing for things, but I think we can also impact the right timing of things by choosing and inviting it. And one of the things I've learned is that when you align your beliefs, your actions, and your feelings with what you want, then it can happen instantaneously. So that's when you align your vision, your feelings, your words with what you want, and then it happens instantaneously. It's like you feel it and it's done, and you lock it in, and then you notice the rebuttals that come up. So I call them rebuttals. Like, you might vision something, and that's if you're brave enough to vision. Some people are not brave enough to vision because they have so pervasive beliefs that it's always been this way. I can never have that. There's nevers, always, shoulds, those things. They don't even consider what could I want. So when you consider what could you want, that's when you the rebuttals will come up. When you start visioning something, it's like you start feeling it, and then all the reasons why you can't, and that's the old version of you that's dying, the old version of you that believes that that's not possible. And so when you align with your beliefs, you might notice more and more rebuttals come up, why this can't happen. And if you feel it again, then you do those steps again. Feel it, declare it, vision it, see it. And then you, every time a rebuttal comes up, you be like, that's okay. And then you feel it again. And that's what takes courage, is to do it again and again and again. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And I also was thinking about business too. A lot of times in business, when we've been working on something, there's old stories we've had that we've just kind of always had, and so they don't necessarily we don't recognize them as limiting beliefs because they've been there so long. I just want you to take a deep breath and see if anything comes to mind. For maybe there's some things that are ready to shift now, in this time where things are moving so fast. And if anything came to mind, trust it. And especially the big hairy ones where your mind immediately steps in and goes, that could never be possible, or I can't do that. Write them down and I'm getting over a sickness, but I'm almost better. Write them down and then flip it to the opposite. Like, what would the opposite of that thing that has always been there be? And don't even worry about if or how it's going to happen. Just write it down, and what would the opposite be? And see where that takes you. I am going to sign off. I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions or comments, I'd love to hear them. And I hope you are having a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for watching. Bye-bye.